Welcome to Broken Tusk Rising, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play in the Galarian campaign setting. We're playing through the Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path.
I'm Jessica, and I'm playing Zancath, the Halfling Fighter.
This is Josh, and I'm playing Korgo, the Human Barbarian.
I'm Ashley, and I play Aklep the Druid, a former member of the Burning Mammoth.
Last time on Broken Tusk Rising, the scouts continued exploring the caves, searching for a safe path for the following. They explored a side passage and discovered a shrine to Fandara, the mother of all. There was a narrow passage at the top of that room, so they climbed up the wall and vaulted out to a ledge with a view to the valley beyond. As they watched, a white dragon flew nearby, hunting elk, and a voice warned the party to hide. The dragon spotted some humans on another ledge and flew over to them. A strange fog clung to the sides of the dragon. The humans made offerings to it, and it accepted them, and then flew off to resume hunting the elk. The party then inched down the ledge in the direction of the mysterious voice, and found an opening leading to a secret camp. Inside was a halfling warrior who said that her name was Vare, and that she was a former crusader. She held a lever that she said could bring a ceiling trap down on top of the party. But she seemed willing to talk. And she looks like this.
Aww. Typical little halfling, brown hair, armor, a nice looking cloak going on. I always respect a cloak. And dark brown paint across her eyes. Like a mask.
Longsword. Or a longsword for a halfling.
And a crossbow on her back. And she's got some decently heavy armor on, it looks like. And she said that, she was Vare and that she was a former crusader. So here you are. Oh, you've already told her who you are.
Yeah.
And that you're with the Broken Tusk. What do you want to do? She's just standing there looking at you with her hand on this lever.
Can I look around and confirm the collapsing of the ceiling of all this? Look for traps, I guess.
Yeah, make a thievery check or perception check, I guess.
I'm allowed to pick?
Yeah, make either one. That's
gonna
fine.
pick perception, then it's one better.
Okay. If you make a thievery check, I'll let you know how to disable it. But if you make a perception check, you can just verify that it's there.
Oh, can I then do thievery?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. We'll ignore that perception. 28 for thievery.
Yeah, so there is definitely a rockfall trap here. That's what the nets that are holding rocks in place are doing on the ceiling. And yeah, pulling this lever would make it fall. And you know that if you were to pin the pulley in place up by the ceiling, you could stop it from dropping anything.
So we've exchanged names, and she's told us a little about her, and I've told her a little about us. Like, was there any indication of where the conversation was heading next? Did she have any questions or anything?
No, she just said that she was a former Mendevian crusader, and that's where we left off.
Thank you for your assistance with the dragon. Does that happen often, the dragon coming this way?
Oh, yes, the white dragon. She rules the valley. People who live here are called Sarkorians, and they worship her. I do not know much about the Sarkorians, and I do not wish to know more. If they revere such an evil creature, I do not wish to associate with them.
We are planning on coming through this valley soon with the rest of our following. Do you have any suggestions of how to do that without becoming dinner?
You're coming through the cave?
Yes, that's the plan, and then on through the valley.
These are the Calamity Caves. They are filled with dangerous predators, so they do not get many visitors. There seem to be many today, though. I'm leaving the caves after dark, and you may use my shelter after I leave. The passage to the west should be safe, but you'll need to continue along it. The scree below is not safe. There are surely other threats to the west, of course.
Of course. There was one creature, a horrible creature that we slayed. It wears the skins.
You mean you slew?
We killed it.
Ah, yes.
Sorry.
It wore the skins of other creatures. A horrible thing.
Oh,
She shudders.
sounds like a demon.
I do not disagree with that assessment, though I am not as familiar with demons as I'm sure you are.
I am. Stray demons from the World Wound invasion remained here and there in the valley, mainly along the northern perimeter. There are also some Mendevian soldiers living in the valley's southern forest. I do not live with them, but we are known to each other.
Would you be interested in other Mendevians? There's a pair with us with our group.
With you?
With the following, not with me at the moment.
You have Mendevians with you?
Yes, with the following. They were traveling with us, but have stayed with the following to assist with matters there.
Crusaders?
Yes.
Good
people. I can't say much about what they went through at that time, only the few things they have told us, but good people.
Well, most of us don't like to talk about it. It's not a happy memory. I have other things that require my attention. Step aside, let me pass, and good luck to you.
Of course. Should you require assistance, I'm sure you could come to our following and get that help you need. Should it come to that.
We'll see.
And she walks toward you, but she leaves the lever in place, walks toward you, and then walks past you, keeping a wary eye on you as she goes.
Very carefully keep hands away from weapons.
Okay.
Don't want to seem threatening.
So she's walking the tight ledge next to us?
Yeah, she's just sort of squeezing past you, out of the room, down the ledge, and around the corner that you came from.
Aklep goes,
Why are you leaving?
I have other matters to attend.
You don't live in these caves?
No, I split my time between here and another place nearby.
You said there's many people? Is it just us, or was there someone else?
What do you mean?
You said that not many people come through these caves? But
No. Almost no one ever comes through the caves. Sometimes the Sarkorians are here.
And you said now many people are?
just, and he kind of points to the group of them.
Yeah, so across the scree on the other side of this, you're way up above the ground on this ledge. On the other side of the scree are these humans, that Vera is calling the Sarkorians, and they're around a campfire.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get that. There's not like some other people who just recently passed through here.
No.
Oh, hey, Bear, before you go, what kind of snacks does a dragon like?
She looks confused.
What kind of snacks does a dragon like? Is this a joke?
No, it's, we saw them give, pay a tribute or whatever to pass through. What should we give it?
Any kind of meat.
Oh, okay, I think we could do that.
best to avoid it.
You said it was evil?
Oh, yes. And yes, the burned one is right. It is best to avoid it.
I mean, I guess we could try, but how would we move such a big group through here without it noticing it can fly?
Heh, that's not my problem, is it?
Nope.
All right, well, she walks back around the corner. What do you want to do?
I liked her. I like the eye makeup thing. I want to do that.
Korgo could wear eye makeup.
Yeah.
I think that would look lovely on you, Korgo.
I think any kind of eyeliner on dudes is pretty awesome, and it should be in style. I don't know why it's not. Let's start it right now.
You could use Grifka's ash.
Let's go, Aklep, you and me.
No.
Come on, I'll go first.
No.
All right, I'm going to do one eye. Come here, Grifka. Does Grifka get picked up? Is that possible? Is Grifka nice?
First question, could Grifka get picked up? I imagine that he could burn your hands if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he nice? He might want to burn your hands if you picked him up.
So Korgo will be like, never mind. That sounds weird. Okay. What time of day is it?
Yeah.
Is it
It's
nap
still
time?
morning.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How's the trap set up in there? Is it like only the doorway would get hit with rocks, or is it like that whole room in there would get hit with rocks?
It's going to fill that whole area where Zancath is standing. There's a raised platform at the back of the room that is not trapped.
Oh, okay, we can't get in. Let me see this room. Thanks. What's it like in there? Is it nice?
Want me to take you inside?
Yeah, take me inside, big guy. I'm getting the token collide alert. Oh, cool. Oh, neat. Is there any stuff in here, or is it just a trap?
Let's see. Stuff that's in here. There's an unlit fire pit, 3 half-butchered bats,
Oh,
a bushel of crossbow bolts. There's a raised stone sleeping loft lined with large rocks that provides standard cover to anyone standing back there. There's a 10-foot ceiling with a trap on it. And that's about it.
this is nice, especially with the trap ready to go, just in case we get ambushed while we sleep.
I mean, it's certainly something to keep in mind should it come to that. Though, since it's morning, it's not quite relevant now.
Okay, I gotta do this. Grifka, come here. Grifka, may I touch your head a little bit to get some charcoal?
What does Grifka do?
Grifka looks at Aklep, and Aklep shrugs his shoulders, and Grifka's flames kind of peter down a little so that it's only mildly hot when Korgo tries to get some ash from it.
Mildly hot, okay.
Just a tiny burn.
Korgo licks his thumb and then just gets a little bit of ash on there and writes Korgo was here on the wall but the spelling's bad. He goes, there. Perfect. Okay, we can go now.
You've marked your territory. All right, you want me to drag you back out?
Yes, please.
Yeah, there's not much to do in here, it looks like. And I don't want to rob this lady.
No, I don't want to rob her either.
She's not going to miss her dead bats, guys. Come on.
Well, I don't want those either.
Korgo's carrying one.
I think she'd care more about the crossbolts than anything.
Okay, so now where are you going?
So this whole shelf is pretty high up, right?
Yes. Now, over by the entrance to her room, it's not all that high. It's maybe 15 feet high way over there. But where you're standing, it's like 50 feet above the scree.
We know how we climb. I'm going to suggest we go back through the...
Yeah.
Okay. You go back through the passage. That's fine. You
So
can do
good
that.
at climbing.
I'm not going to make you roll again to climb back down at the other end of that tunnel.
Thank you.
Thank goodness. Oh, it's dark in here.
Yep.
Oh no, I went too far.
Oh, wait. We've got a branching tunnel that we hadn't explored before.
Oh,
right.
wow, look over there.
To your southwest, there is a branching tunnel. This narrow passage is only 6 feet high and leads to the southwest.
Okay.
Where was all the dangerous stuff she said? She said the passage to the west was safe. She said the scree had dangers in it, right? You guys remember
It
this?
was not safe.
Okay, what? She said the tunnels were dangerous still, but she didn't really say where.
She did not go into details about where specifically.
But the one tunnel was kind of safe, she was saying. That west tunnel. The big one? You think she meant the big one?
I think she meant the big one, but I'm not entirely certain and should have asked for clarification.
All right, well, that's fine. We're going to check it all out anyway.
That's true.
Okay, lead the way, thanks.
What is everyone doing for their exploration activities?
I will search.
Search, okay.
Korgo will give the initiative bonus.
Okay. What about Aklep?
Is it search? I just also do the investigating thing, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to roll some perception checks just because that's what search gets you. Zancath, as you're walking down the passage, you realize as you brush up against the wall that there is some loose rock in the wall.
Okay. How loose? Like, are we talking it's going to come down or...
You think there's just some loose rock that somebody wedged into place to hide something, maybe.
Oh.
Now, you could probably force it open with an athletics check or pry it carefully open with a thievery check.
I assume that my perception check did not reveal any traps.
You don't see any traps.
Okay, then I'm going to use thievery and try to pry it open.
Okay.
Oh, that's a natural 1 for a total of 10.
You think...
Wait, is it worth it to blow my hero point this early in the session?
Do it.
I like things.
I
am.
What if it's a, yeah, it could be a thing in there.
It could be a cool thing, and I'm going to be sad if it's nothing, but I'm going to blow my hero point.
All right.
That's a 19, so that's better.
So for a moment, it looked like you might have wedged it into place even harder than it was already in there. But with some persistence, you're able to remove the stone, and behind this stone, you find a glass vial of some kind of liquid. You find an opal, and you find some semi-precious stones. Now, someone could give me a, nature, occultism, arcana, what's the other one that you can do? Religion. You can give me one of those checks for the glass vial, and give me another one for that opal. It's actually a pendant with an opal on it.
I'm sharing this with the others.
Yeah, Zancath has stopped and is examining something in the wall.
Wow, Zanks, you found a secret stash. Nice.
I did. I'm going to check these out and see what I can find out.
All that junk that Jonesy might like.
I mean, yes, for certain. I'm going to do an arcana for the liquid first. It's a 23.
This is a vial of leaden leg, a toxin that requires a DC 20 fortitude save to avoid poison damage and loss of movement speed.
Is it something that you apply to a weapon, or...
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Not like a poison food, but like you can apply it to a weapon and...
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I will check the opal next.
Okay.
What were the options? Arcana?
Arcana, religion, occultism, and...
Nature?
Nature.
Okay. Anybody else want to check it?
I can nature check.
Okay.
Aclip likes rocks.
Yeah, of course. They're nature.
Aklep, what'd you roll?
An 18.
Yeah, so this is a mesmerizing opal. It is a silver-bound pendant that, when activated, turns a deception check from a critical failure to a failure.
Ooh.
Or a success to a critical success.
Wow, that's awesome.
So very useful to make before you make that deception check. It won't turn a failure to a success.
Okay.
But it will move a critical failure to a failure or a success to a critical success.
Okay. Is it a one-time use, or is it... Do I know that?
I don't know. Is it listed as consumable if you look up mesmerizing opal? Let me see.
Why would anybody lie?
Sometimes it's quite helpful, Korgo.
Consumable, yes. So you use it once.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Looking at the description here, it says it's activate, envision. I don't know what that means.
The envision action takes place in your mind without gestures or movement. It is the most subtle of activation methods.
So you can activate it without anybody seeing you.
Oh, nice.
There's a trigger to activate it, though. The trigger is you attempt a deception check to feint, but you haven't rolled yet. So apparently you can use it on a deception check to feint during a fight, not just any old deception check.
Okay.
It's very specific.
That
Yes.
sounds like Zanks could use it, I guess.
Yeah?
It does very much seem like it is up my alley, so if you are amenable.
But does anybody want to do a crafting check on those semi-precious stones?
Yeah. I know stuff too, you guys. 15.
Yep, there's about 30 gold pieces of semi-precious stones.
Okay, I think we could all add 10 GPs, right? Everybody comfortable with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Need that.
Now, what do you want to do?
Wow, nice find, Zanks. You've got a real nose for the good stuff.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that was quite lucky that I happened to see that.
Luck had nothing to do with it. You're great.
Oh, Korgo, you're such a good boy. Would either of you like to take this vial of leaden leg?
I don't know. That seems like something you'd be good to have too, right? What do you think, Aklep?
Yeah. I guess I could use it with darts, but...
Yes, I think it would work with anybody's weapons. Does not have to be me.
Well, sometimes I bite things, and I don't want to put that in my mouth.
I would advise against that, yes.
All right. I think it's yours. Let's go.
All right, where are you going? Down the passage some more, or back
yeah.
the way you came?
Continuing down the passage.
All right, continue down the passage to the southwest. Now you can see some of that sunlight again coming in from outside. You can see to the north the passage that you could have come down, right? The large passage. It's wide and easily navigated back up the direction you came from. And it heads south, and then below that to the beyond where the scree is, you can see it bends around to the southwest some.
Okay, back sort of to the beginning. Do we want to head back the way we came from, like up, and make sure there's nothing there, or do we want to save that for later? It's probably fine.
We're gonna go that way later.
So you're heading further south, not going back up the way you came.
Yeah, that's my thought.
Excellent.
Okay. So you move along this open area next to the scree.
Keeping a careful eye out for dragon while we're out in the open.
Okay. Yeah, you move along this area. You're now next to the scree. If you were to move to the east a bit, you would probably slide down the side of this big slope that's covered in loose rocks. And now you're moving along the passage. You can see to the east is another ledge that opens out over the scree. And then there's a passage to the south.
Can we still see the group of people?
Not from here, you can't, no.
Is the scree too steep for like a mammoth to walk down?
Yeah, it would not be a safe thing for the mammoths to climb down. Yeah, it's too steep.
Okay.
That's problematic.
All right, lead on things. Well, we'll find another way.
But you do know the passage that you're in now is wide enough that the mammoths could make it through.
Sure. Is there a little tiny passage to our west?
Yes,
or is
there
that...
is. There is a
Okay.
little tiny passage to your west. You can't see much in it right from where you are.
No,
But yeah,
I
there's a
cannot.
little tiny passage there.
I'm going to check out this little tiny passage. I don't know if others will fit. So I'm gonna... Can I peek in there? Like,
Sure.
I cannot
I'll roll
get
a perception check for you if you want.
Cool.
So you look down this little passage, and it is indeed a little passage. And you don't see anything else interesting about it. It's just a little narrow stone passage.
Okay. Like, it doesn't seem to lead anywhere or anything?
It curves around to the south. Do you want me to drag your token into it so you can see?
Yes, please.
All right. So it kind of bends around to the southwest. Do you want to go that way?
The others, can they squeeze behind me?
Yes, they would be squeezing if they try to get through there, which has some consequences, if something happens while they're in there. But yes, they can squeeze through.
Okay, I'm going to hold off for now, and I think we should go further south before we try that. That's going to be a tight squeeze for some of you.
All right. What's in there?
I couldn't see much. There's possibly some fires? Were they actually fires, or were they sticks set up in a...
Those look more like dead trees.
Oh, dead trees, perhaps.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sure, yep. Gonna continue south then.
Okay, you continue to the south. The passage sort of stops going south and then suddenly cuts west.
Oh, good. We don't have to go through that tight squeeze.
There is a side passage to your south, and the ceiling there gets a little bit lower. It's about 12 feet high as opposed to the 15 to 20 feet of the current chamber that you're in. And you're still doing your search and spot stuff. So as you're walking down the passage, and you're walking past that opening to your south, and Zancath and Aklep, as you're walking by, you hear voices coming from that direction. And you know that was the direction of those people that you saw out in that ledge.
Okay. I'm going to point to my ear and then, make a hand motion, talking, and then point down the tunnel, just in case the others didn't hear it.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, you all stop and listen as Zancath signals to you, and now you can hear talking. In fact, the smell of smoke wafts toward you, and you can see sunlight and firelight visible at the other end of that passage there. You hear some quiet voices now, all of you, now that you're listening, coming from somewhere down the passage. But there's so much smoke as you look down that passage that you can't see very well what's going on.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I don't know if these are people we need to kill. Like, do we need to kill? I don't know. I'm gonna scooch back away from the entrance. So I'm not.
Zancath, one more thing. As you're walking around that entrance and looking down that passage, you spot right in front of that passage, right at the opening to that passage, I'll mark it on the map. You spot right on the map there is a snare.
Okay.
And you think it's some kind of alarm snare.
Okay. I'm going to pull Korgo and Frungara back so that they're not right at that. And so we can have a whispered conversation.
Sure.
There are whispering for dramatic, like whispering's happening, but I'm talking full volume podcast.
Of course.
There are people up ahead of us and a trap right at that entrance. Do we think that this clearing of this cave includes killing people?
Why do we need to kill anyone?
If they were to kill us, yes.
Yeah, what he says.
So should we approach them and see if they're violent?
Yes.
Just ask them if they're violent.
We may learn more about their dragon.
That's true. Could get some. That's smart, Aklep. We could get some information.
Or we just burn them.
And Grifka kind of like flares up happily.
Always an option, I suppose. Always an option. There's a trap.
Disarm it.
I could disarm it. It seems to be an alarm. We could trip it and let them know that we're there, so we're not sneaking up on them. Or not directly I guess we're still sneaking up on them. Could just call down the passage to them.
Yeah, just call. Just say hello. They're fine, right? What's so bad about them?
I mean, I assume that these are the Sarkorians that Ver told us about, and she was not a fan. So they could be evil dragon worshippers.
How many do you recall how many people there were?
You saw 4.
4.
It's not terrible odds, but I don't love it.
We're 5.
Korgo looks at his fingers, counts slowly, and nods confidently. We can come back here later. Maybe they'll just leave.
Excellent. I like that plan. We'll check back here before we leave.
Okay, so where are you going next then?
That seems like not great scout behavior.
Oh, you're the expert. What should we do?
Eliminate all threats.
But if they aren't a threat...
We have to assess them to know that.
Fair point. Okay, let's do this. Get ready.
Yeah, I mean, I've only met 2 good strangers so far. So, odds are not good.
Not great. I'm going to call down the tunnel, not stepping on the alarm or anything, just staying back behind it. Pardon? Good morning. Could we have a word?
So the talking ceases, and then you hear some more talking. And then one Kellid man comes timidly walking around the corner, and he looks down the passage at you, and he looks really confused. And he says, Who are you? You work for the corpse-loving tyrant? Eh? You work with the tyrant?
I'm going to say no. I don't know any...
You want to fight, eh?
I mean, if...
Come get us!
If I wanted to fight, I would have charged in there and started fighting.
Oh, you want to fight?
I do not.
Oh, you're a coward. I see. You don't want to fight. You come and get us.
Why?
Oh, you work for the tyrant, you corpse lover?
No, I don't love corpses. Who is the tyrant?
You worship the lizard?
Oh, the dragon. No, I am not a fan of the dragon.
Worshippers of the lizard are not welcome among us.
I'm not a worshipper of the lizard.
He looks extremely confused and then walks back around the corner, and you hear, She says she doesn't worship the lizard. What do you mean she doesn't worship? Who else would she be? Well, she says she doesn't love the tyrant, and she doesn't love corpses. I don't know. You go talk to them again. Comes back around the corner. You again.
Yes?
Who are you?
Oh, my name's Zancath. These are my friends. I point behind me.
Okay, he walks back again.
Says her name is Zan Cath and her friends.
What's a Zen cat? I don't know.
And they talk very quietly. He comes back.
Where did you come from?
Oh, the other end of the cave. We came through the other side of the cave. Could you tell me...
Other end?
Well, yes.
Why?
Because that's where we were, and we need to go through the cave.
You need to come through the cave.
That is correct.
And out of the cave?
Yes. Though
You will die.
That the dragon does complicate that. Yes, I'm not sure how we're going to deal with that yet. Do you have any suggestions?
Have you seen Aokoe?
I have not. I do not know who Aokoe is.
Just one moment.
I look back at the others with an eye roll.
She doesn't know who Aokoe is. She doesn't know. Well, that doesn't help us.
Guys, are we sure we're not corpse lovers?
Fairly certain.
What does that even mean?
Have you seen two people who look like us carrying a baby?
No, certainly not. Is this a stolen baby, or...?
No. Do you steal babies?
No, I just wanted to make sure yours hadn't been stolen.
What a strange thing to ask someone.
Does the corpse lover wear corpses?
Oh.
Not exactly. No.
Oh.
The corpse lover brings the dead to life, but not in a good way.
I was like, is there a good way? Okay, gotcha.
Dude, that sounds messed up.
Are they within these caves?
They're supposed to be. We are waiting for them. Are you...
And he looks confused and he looks back at his friends. And then he sort of nods at them and he looks back and he says,
Are you friendly?
Yes, I would like to think so.
and he turns around.
She says they're friendly. Perhaps you could make a diplomacy check.
Well, that's just the oddest thing you could possibly say.
Well, that was very direct.
Maybe I should have saved my... I think this is me. Anybody have a decent diplomacy?
+0.
Okay.
Korgo is very No, not really. He's +7. That's pretty good.
Oh, yours is better than mine.
Quite good.
Wait, why? What is yours?
+6.
Oh, I'll help you. You do
Okay.
it. You've
Okay.
been talking this whole time. You're doing
right.
a great job.
How are
You
you
help.
helping, Korgo?
Korgo's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we are friendly.
Aklep, on the other hand, is like shrinking in the background, hoping they don't see him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Korgo helps with a +2, I think.
Yeah, that is
because
a
he got
+2.
26.
Critical. Cool. I will
That was a
take it.
really sweet yeah. Okay, listener, that was the best yeah you've ever heard. Yeah, we're really friendly.
Okay, here we go. That's a 13.
+2 is a 15.
Nope, that includes the +2.
Oh yeah, I see it's there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, he looks at you and then looks back at the rest of the group and says,
Just one moment.
Oh, guys, we forgot we're covered in blood. This is really awkward.
you hear some whispering, and then he comes back and says,
I am not convinced that you are friendly.
Well,
What do we
let
do
me-
now?
Can I ask you a question?
You have already asked us questions.
That's fair.
Why stop
I'm going
now?
I'm going to ask you another question. If you were to see us,
Okay, go ahead.
if you were to see us, would you attack us?
I see you now.
And do you wish to attack us?
If you come in here, we will attack you.
But only if we come in there.
That's what I said.
Very well. Is there this area, this place that we're looking through, where the trap is? That is not big enough for a mammoth to get through, correct?
that is correct. A mammoth could not get through there.
Okay, so it is not an option for the following to get through there one way or the other.
Right.
Very well, we will leave your area alone, but our friends might be coming through here at some point, so if you could not attack them, that would be lovely. I would hate for something to happen.
Aklep steps forward and he kind of sticks his head into the passages.
All right. And the man goes, excuse me. And he goes back around the corner. Talks to his friends.
There's one of them that's really badly burned. It's bad. It looks very painful.
And the others, you hear them talking back to him. You can't hear what they're saying. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, my reaction was somewhat rude. Please, who are you?
You said earlier you have friends coming through the cavern. If we were to meet them, what are their names?
Aokoe and Tadanu. They left with Dinny, the infant. They are here somewhere.
Are they okay?
He looks confused by your question and then looks back at the group and looks back at you and says, "We do not know. We are worried. Also, they left with a guard, an honor guard, and we do not know where they are."
We don't know either of those names, right? I'm not,
Right.
like, Jessica's not forgetting.
You have not heard those names before.
Okay. So, they should have been here by now, I assume by your worry?
Yes, though sometimes the ritual takes time. Sometimes it takes time for them to do the thing they came to do.
We're going to continue searching this cave. If we find them, we'd be happy to help them and send them on their way.
Really?
Is there like a, I don't know, check of some sort? Like, he said something
Insight.
about a ritual, so if I did like a religion check.
Worried
do I know
about
anything
that
about, I
baby
don't know,
right
crazy
now.
dragon cults and rituals?
And a baby. Whew.
You could do in Pathfinder 2e if you're trying to figure out, if someone is hiding something or lying, it's a perception check.
Okay. I'm going to do a perception check then.
I would like to do one as well.
Go ahead.
Okay. I got a 21.
I got a 14.
Zancath, you're not really sure what he's not talking about.
Sure.
Aklep, you think that he is not hiding anything nefarious. There's nothing that's supposed to happen to the infant that's bad. He's just worried about them. In fact, you think maybe they've been gone longer than he expected them to, and he is worried. And he's trying not to look worried, but he is worried.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Aklep.
Oh, I was expecting maybe you wouldn't be willing to tell me.
If we were to find Aokoe and Todanu, who do we say we spoke to about them?
Groton,
Groton. Thank you.
you're welcome.
We will keep an eye out for them and send them if we can.
Hang on. He goes back around the corner. They said they'd look for you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they all said thanks.
Of course. We're going to go now.
Okay. I'm going to go back over where I was before. Here I go.
You guys, I really like Groton. Let's not kill Groton.
I would prefer that as well. It seems very nice. I don't know about the other people because we never saw anybody else, but probably fine as well.
Oh man, maybe he's by himself. That would be nuts.
That would be amazing.
Okay, Zanks, lead the way. I think we're good here. I'm satisfied with this.
I agree. Well, there's a lot of tunnels here.
All right, Zancath, stop where you are right there so I can tell you what's going on in that crazy room to your south. So the large passage starts bending to the northwest and is split into left and right passages. You can sort of see just north of you how it's split into left and right passages. There's a big pillar of stone in the middle. To the south is a large opening with some indirect sunlight streaming in from above, where the area is open to the sky and the mountainsides shoot up toward the sky within that area. Leafless trees with black twisted trunks stand in this space, sheltered from the wind outside by the mountain. Near the center of this grove lies the body of a Kelid warrior or hunter, lifeless on the ground. Another Kelid dangles from a tree that has wrapped its branches around his neck. He struggles in vain to free himself.
Currently is
Currently,
struggling?
he is struggling in vain to free himself from this tree that has wrapped its branches around his neck.
Can I do like a nature check to see if I know what the heck this tree is?
Let's go into initiative, and you can do that on your turn.
Okay, neato.
+1 bonus, everybody. 17.
25.
So, first to go is Zancath. And again, you see this tree is strangling this man. He's sort of held up in the air, dangling with this tree branch wrapped around his neck. What do you want to do, Zancath?
I'm gonna draw my bow. Or do I just want to charge in? Charging into the strangling tree seems like a poor decision. Yeah, I will draw a bow, and I'm going to move into the room somewhat, but not all the way in, keeping a bit of distance between me and any trees. And I'm going to shoot the tree that is strangling somebody. It's a 28 to hit.
That's definitely a hit.
Okay.
I'm going to interpret that as you attempting to help him escape.
I am. That's what my goal is, to get him down.
Right. So I'm going to count that so you hit this tree with your arrow, and it does nothing to the tree except, I don't know, maybe the tree moves a little bit away from the area where you struck it. And I'm going to count that as an aid or a help attempt. So he will get a +1 on his escape attempt.
Okay. I'll take it. That's it. That's my three actions.
Is it a +2 if it was over 25?
Yeah, you know what? It is a +2 because you rolled so high.
Nice.
So yeah. It's a +2 on his escape attempt. And Aklep, you are next.
Okay. Aklep is going to walk. Let's see, 15 feet. Now I can kind of see the room. I'm going to go ahead and do, I would say, a nature check.
Okay.
To see if Aklep knows what the heck is happening.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, roll that nature check.
There's a 32.
Nice.
It's actually a natural 20 nature check.
Wow.
Well done.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going to give you a bunch of information.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so you realize that these trees have been tainted by evil. Maybe guess that. In fact, you rolled so high, I'm going to give you what you would have gotten from a religion check. I'm going to reveal that these trees have been corrupted by the passage of a demon.
Ooh.
Furthermore, you realize these trees are called abyss-warped trees. And they can be sort of temporarily disabled if you can recite a prayer to cast out the fiendish energy inside a single tree in the grove. So you would make a DC 24 religion check to cast out the fiendish energy, and that will disable it for a minute. And that will create a square area in the grove that would be safe from this thing that is, mechanically speaking, a hazard. These creatures, these trees, can lash their roots out to make the terrain difficult to cross. They can grab and strangle and strike creatures. They're very dangerous. You could also, if you can just leave, they will also just not mess with you. But if you want to rescue this person, you'll need to do something.
Okay. I think Aklep is... Can I do a second check? Can I do a attempt to say a prayer?
Yes. You have a particular tree.
I would like to target the tree strangling the guy.
Sure.
Yeah, it doesn't say that you can't. It just says recite a prayer to temporarily cast out the fiendish energy inside a single tree, disabling it for 1 minute. Yeah, so if you want to try to disable the tree that's strangling the guy, you can make a religion check.
Okay, I will do that.
Wow.
Ooh.
What'd you get?
A 24.
A 24, which is exactly what you needed to succeed.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so with that, you mutter a prayer, I guess. Who are you praying to?
Aklep follows a green faith.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, these are trees, but they're tainted trees. So,
Right.
that is not a thing that green faith likes.
Okay, so yeah, you mutter a prayer, and the tree just sort of freezes up and just drops the guy, and he just drops to the ground. Wow. Now what do you want to do? You have another action left. Oh no, you moved. You did nature, you did a religion check, and that's your turn.
Man, I'm cool.
That was a good turn.
That was a good
You're
turn.
definitely cool.
Korgo, you get to go. What do you want to do?
All right, Korgo gets kind of closer, he's got to he's look over Zanketh and over Aklep to see in the room. So the guy just dropped to the ground. He's fine, or what? What's his status?
Well, it's not his turn yet, but it looks like he's gasping for breath and will probably make a run for getting out of the room.
Okay, so Korgo doesn't really need to do anything. Korgo's like, "Come on, guy, get out of there." He's squirming? Like he's not unconscious?
Oh no, he's not unconscious.
Okay, and was there another like person that looks dead?
There's a clearly dead person on the ground.
Where's that person?
Oh,
Or
let's say they're here.
former person. Korgo will. Is it obvious they're dead? Are they like?
Their neck has a really unnatural angle to it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Korgo is okay with the current state of events, and so he'll just. I don't think there's anything Korgo should do right now, so Korgo will just end his turn, kind of looking over, cheering this guy on.
Okay.
Come on, guy, get out of there.
All right. That means it is this guy's turn. And on his turn, let's see what his move is. He runs 25. First action. Second action, he runs out of the room.
Okay.
And then just stops and pants wildly. And that is his turn. As he runs out of the room, you see the trees that he runs past are all whipping the ground all around, making this entire area difficult terrain, but it's too late. He's already run out of the room. You disabled that tree, and he ran straight out of the room. And that means it is now Zanketh's turn again. Zanketh, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go over to the guy and I'm gonna do a medicine check to treat wounds.
Okay. Yeah, he is slightly wounded.
Yeah, why not? I don't think I can kill all those trees. Well, that's a 10. That probably doesn't do it.
No, he doesn't look that badly wounded, but you're not able to help him.
Okay, I tried.
Okay. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope.
So some more of the trees sort of dance around inside, but they don't come after you or anything. Aklep, do you want to do anything?
Is there a way to heal the trees?
Good question.
Fire.
That was my thought, too.
Yeah, you could try to burn the whole area down.
Well, I mean, I think, as a druid, first thing Aklep would want to do is see if he could, restore the trees and make them non-evil trees.
Sure.
And then as a flame druid, I think the second thing is if he couldn't heal and restore the trees, then he would definitely burn the trees down.
Uh-huh.
You think maybe you could consecrate the area if you had access to the ritual and the necessary components?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Consecrate.
Yeah, but short of that, you would need to probably just burn them down.
Okay, I think that then Aklep is going to and I don't know how to do this. I have something called a primal focus spell.
Oh, yeah.
And it is wildfire.
Ooh.
So I think that I would like to be casting wildfire.
Okay, so wildfire.
When Aklep casts wildfire, a thin layer of ash and flame covers the ground in the area. The area becomes hazardous terrain. A creature that moves on the ground through the area takes 1 fire damage for every square of the area it moves into. A creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed at a reflex save or take 1 persistent fire damage. Each time you sustain this spell, the radius of the burst increases by 5 feet. It starts as a 10-foot burst.
All right, so you drew a 10-foot radius burst. So, yeah, you've got that right. There's a 10-foot radius, and you can increase its radius when you sustain the spell. So you could next round increase that radius. So as you do that, right, as you cast that spell and you start spreading fire across the room, something strange happens. 2 of the trees kind of pick up roots.
Oh no.
There we go.
And writhe in pain. Is there anything else you want to do this turn?
Oh, so that was 2 actions. Grifka, I'm not going to send him into the fray. He's a little guy, I don't want him to go punching a tree. So, Grifka, you can just hang out, just be cool. And I will, let's see. I'm going to put up my shield.
Okay.
That's a pretty good one, I think. So, raising my hide shield.
All right. So you raise your shield. Your shield is up. Next is one of these creatures. And this big, scary tree It's just huge. In fact, I'm going to show you what it looks like.
Oh.
Oh, how did he get a sword?
He made it from wood in wood shop.
Sure. Red eyes.
Sean taught him how to make that.
Yeah.
Red eyes.
Red eyes, red mouth. Yeah.
Lots of spikies all
Lots
over
of
the place.
Spiky wooden bits. Looks like a weird tree-like thing. Weird bramble tree thing.
Incredibly unhealthy looking tree.
It does not look healthy. That's true.
No.
Yes.
Totally something you need to burn. Yeah.
And it strides through the fire. It is not happy about that. In fact, it's pretty clear that you did more damage to it than your 1 point would suggest. It's taking additional damage from what you did to it.
Nice.
Of course, the bad news is it has stepped up right next to Aklep, and for its second action, it's going to bring this big, scary stone longsword.
Oh.
It's actually stone and not wood. It's going to bring this big, scary stone longsword down on Aklep's head, and we'll find out whether it hits you next time.
Oh, no.
Stay in there, you stupid tree.
Thanks for listening to Broken Tusk Rising. You can help the podcast by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, by following us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The House of Bob, or by chatting with us on Discord. And most of all, by supporting us on Patreon. That's at patreon.com/thehouseofbob. This show is possible due to all of our patrons who get one-shots, commentary, and other cool stuff. Art for this campaign is by Sean Makes, and art for social media and audio production and music are all by Mike. Thanks again for listening, and roll on.
I'll say to her, what am I going to say to her? I had a thing and then I lost it. It's gone. Only with consent, Josh.
Don't talk to me like that. It's Korgo. No, I feel bad. I got to start attending HR meetings again. I got my certificate.
50. Is that 50 gold pieces?
30.
30.
I
Sorry,
like
I
your
was
style,
not listening.
Jessica. That's the right way to do it. Is that 100?
No, that was Jessica taking notes and only half listening. So my bad. 30.